Hi, how are you?
Hi. Good, how are you doing?
Olá, pessoal, tudo bem? Boa tarde, bom almoço. Estamos aqui no último final de semana do Congresso Caminho Azul, que está sendo maravilhoso, e também no último fim de semana do Saralmoço, né? Que eu acho que já falei bastante para vocês qual o conceito, que é mostrar o quanto tempera a arte, mas eu esqueci de contar um detalhe, que é qual que foi o tema que nós passamos para os artistas se inspirarem e mandarem as obras para nós. O que a gente deu para eles como tema foi do lockdown ao open up, ou seja, né, como eles, como artistas, né, lidaram com o isolamento social durante a pandemia. Então, como vocês podem ver, muitos dos artistas contam situações que eles viveram, né? Dito isso, gente, a partir de agora eu vou ter que falar inglês. Eu e o Carlos, ele veio aqui para me ajudar porque o meu inglês não é muito bom. E vai ter uma tradução para vocês, né, entenderem. Então, eu vou começar. I'm gonna start, okay? Hello for this beautiful family. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be here with us. I am Gadia. You are?
Carlos Gadia.
I am here as a curator of this amazing moment that is Saralmoço in the Caminho Azul Congress. Né? We are with Willie, Tina, Jacob, and Skylar. Welcome. Né? I think that most of the audience that is with us right now knows you from the last Congress that we were live in Rio 2 years ago. But now we will start this interview with each one of you introducing yourselves and telling us why music is important for you. Ladies first, Tina, please.
I'm Tina Velasquez, Jacob and Skylar's mom, and music is important to me because it's important to my children and my family, and it's been a great way for them to express themselves since they were young. And so I've always loved music, but it really has taken on a whole new meaning since having children.
Very nice. And you, Skylar, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Skylar. I am 9 years old. I feel like if I didn't have music with me, I probably wouldn't be myself. And I'm also happy for my family because I feel like music just helps us grow more.
Wow, very nice. And Willie, what about you?
Music has always been a part of my life. I've been playing piano since I was 7 years of age. And so it's always, for me, it was always a way to escape from the everyday grind, work and things that come with life. It was always a way for me to escape and just go into my own world and just kind of like set everything else aside and a good way to express myself. And so music is now a big part of my family. So, and will always be. And thank goodness for music.
Yeah, right.
Let me ask you something. Which kind of instrument do you play, Willie?
I play piano.
Piano. And you, Skylar?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I play ukulele, guitar, and piano, and I sing.
Wow. Well. And you, Jacob?
Hey everyone, I'm Jacob Velasquez, and music is important to me because music sounds and feels like magic. When I pick up an instrument, I feel like I'm in a different universe. Like my dad said, I can escape from reality. And it's just a whole nother world, and it's so awesome because it's also brought me here with you today. So yeah, as my dad said as well, thank God for music.
Yeah.
How many instruments you play, Jacob?
I play 8 instruments. So I play the piano, drums, guitar, bass, ukulele, the cello, saxophone, and the harmonica.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah, I was about
Incredible.
to say.
So we have here a musical family.
Yes.
Tina and William, when did you feel that the music could help Jacob in his development and in Skylar too? Development.
Well, I think with Jacob, we realized it right away when Jacob first started playing piano. He was 3, almost 4, and that was also the time that we started to notice the different behaviors. And shortly after that was when he was diagnosed with autism. So we realized right away that music was definitely an outlet for him because he was speech delayed and had trouble expressing himself verbally. So he definitely was able to do that with music. So we definitely felt that right from the start, and it's evolved since then, and he's evolved musically. But it's always been a huge part of his life and a huge part of his development. And so it's yeah, we're very, very grateful that we discovered that gift very early on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, music is another way for me to express the way I feel and express, what I want to say.
Yeah, and what's wonderful about music is regardless of where you're from or what ethnic background you are, or what language you speak, it is a universal language that can be heard by anyone in the world. And it is an amazing way to express yourself and be heard and to be understood by all. So, it's definitely an outlet to communicate for communication purposes as well.
And Skylar also was a little bit speech delayed, but she really, right when she started speaking, she was singing. I remember when she was in preschool and the teachers would tell us, even in the bathroom, they could hear her singing. Before we could even really understand what she was saying, she's always been singing. She's loved singing, so.
Jacob, it's so, I'm totally unable to learn how to play any instruments, right? So I think it would be like a fantastic feat to learn one instrument. So how were you able to learn so many instruments? Did that something that you feel came somehow naturally to you? Or is there a particular instrument that you think was easier and a particular one that was harder to learn, but it was all just easy for you, just came naturally?
Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. I started playing piano when I was 3. I started playing drums by watching YouTube videos. I had a few guitar teachers. I had 2 piano teachers, but I don't take piano lessons or guitar lessons anymore. I take cello lessons. I take saxophone lessons. I taught myself the bass. And I'm teaching myself the harmonica. And like you said, it is, some instruments have challenges that others don't. For example, on the saxophone, it was a little bit of a challenge at first because it was the first instrument that I had to blow and use my hands at the same time. And then, the cello was also a little bit difficult at first because you got to make sure you're hitting the bow at the strings at the right angle and everything. So yeah, there's definitely easier things to accomplish on certain instruments than others and harder things. So yeah, that's my answer to that. Thank you.
All right, great. Let me ask you, do you have a favorite one? Do you have one that you really like? more than the others?
Right now, I have 3 favorites.
Okay.
I have guitar, the drums, and piano. And drums, I actually just recently got an endorsement with WFL3 drums. And they're sending me a custom drum set, which I'm really excited about. It's like red sparkle. So yeah, and I've been playing piano a lot too, because it's fun because piano is the one instrument that I can play the melody and the chords at the same time, and almost like play the parts of the other instruments. Like on a keyboard, for example, I could do the MIDI different sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, and a lot of the
piano player.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs that Jacob writes originates off of the piano, because it's easier for him to basically write it on the piano, and then he'll be able to transpose it to the other instruments.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your process in writing and composing, Jacob?
Yeah, so as my dad said, I do start with the piano because I can kind of play the whole song, not having to, like use a loop pedal or do an extra recording to get the chords and the melody at the same time. And yeah, piano is just a beautiful instrument. So it helps me come up with the idea because I can, really express my emotions on the piano. And then I just kind of, if the song has drums in it, I'll kind of just come up with a drum idea in my head, and then I'll work on it a little more, and then, I'll record that. The guitar is, it's interesting because a lot of times the guitar, it's just different every time. So, in some cases I'm playing like the rhythm part along with the drums and the piano. And sometimes I have a guitar solo, so that takes time to write as well. So it's a whole process. Every song is different, but there are similarities. Like I generally do start with the piano.
I have a question to Skylar. Would you like to be a singer in the future?
Yes, definitely.
Can I make another question for you too? Which kind of music do you like to sing?
Well, I only know a couple kinds, what they sound like country and rock, but I don't know every kind of music.
Probably pop.
Yeah, probably pop.
Pop music.
Probably pop.
Pop music. And you and Jacob, do you guys sometimes perform together at home?
Yeah.
Yes, we have performed for our family members. We write songs together. We've done collaborations. We wrote a song together called Love Is, where
On my channel.
Skylar sang and I played all the instruments. So if you want to find that, go on YouTube and search Skylar Velasquez Love Is.
Very good, guys. So, let's all check on that, because I'm sure it's amazing. Hopefully, some at another time in Rio, we can have both of you guys, presenting. That's going to be a complete show. So that's excellent. Excellent. So we know that you were in America Got Talent. Can you tell us a little bit about that experience? How was it? Your fears. How do you overcame? All that. Glitter and lights and everything. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
America's Got Talent. It was awesome, and it was kind of crazy at the same time because I had an amazing time performing on stage for the judges. Like I actually remember the moment when the producer was getting ready for me to go on the stage, and he said 3, 2, 1, go, and my heart was beating so fast it was like this. But it was kind of crazy as well because it was right at the start of when the COVID pandemic hit. So that was unfortunate, although it didn't really interfere with my audition, other than the fact that there wasn't actually an audience.
Yeah,
but
there was no audience.
But it was still a lot of fun. Simon Cowell actually said it was one of his favorite auditions of the season. And then he talked to me later off camera, and he said that it was one of his favorite auditions ever.
Wow. Wow, that's awesome. That's
And
great.
which music did you play there?
I played an original song on the piano called Visionary that you can also find on YouTube.
Jacob Velasquez.
Yes. So I played an original song on piano. And then on the drums, I played a song by Fall Out Boy called Centuries. And what I did was we had a curtain in front of the drums, and there was, I believe, 2 producers behind the curtain. And so when I got to the drums, when the drum part was right about to kick in, they took the curtain and went off the stage.
So it was like a surprise.
It was
Yes.
a surprise, right?
Surprise reveal.
Yeah.
That's great.
And Jacob, probably, obviously, I think that you are seeking for go to a college that is going to be related to music. Is it true or not? Do you understand?
So I'm not actually 100% sure about that yet. I am taking, speaking of school, I'm taking homeschool right now so I can focus more on my instruments. So I haven't made a decision on college yet. I'm thinking maybe I'll go to college. Maybe I will just stop at high school so I can finish more on instruments. But yeah, we'll see. I have a few more years, so I have time to
Yeah. I mean, you're very young and very talented, so you have so many opportunities open to you in the future. And I imagine you realize that you and your family have become an example for hundreds of thousands of families in the world. And I wonder, how do you deal with that? And I'm sure that that has a very positive feelings, and because everybody that watches you and listens to you, I think is surprised and amazed by your qualities. So how do you guys deal with this kind of fame, right? And with all these people following you and wishing to listen to you and your sister and everybody.
Well, I always tell Jacob that with his gifts that he's been given comes a big responsibility. And so his responsibility is to make a positive impact on others. And so, and he's very aware of that. He knows all his gifts are, he believes all his gifts are from God, and he is grateful and thankful. And he definitely, I think, tries to be always a positive influence on others. And, of course, we're all human, and we all make mistakes, but he definitely takes it very seriously that, that his gifts come with responsibilities.
I forgot, Jacob, how old are you?
I'm 13 years old. I'm going to be 14 in September.
Okay.
Right.
And do you guys live in Florida?
Yes.
Yes.
Florida,
we do.
yes.
We live in
Yes.
Pembroke Pines, Florida.
We're so close.
So
We
we're
are
almost
in
neighbors.
Weston. We live in Weston. Very
We're almost
close.
neighbors. That's great.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Great.
wow.
We'll have you guys over for barbecue one of these days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yay!
I have one more question for you and Skylar. Do you like samba?
Zumba. Remember your dance that you did? The
This
Zumba?
is a Brazilian.
Oh,
Yeah, the Zumba dance.
You don't know. And do you like rock and roll?
Yes, I do. I don't know if they
Jacob
do.
likes rock.
Yeah.
I'm more of a pop, like we said earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Skylar loves to dance. She
Yes.
does love to dance too.
Yes.
I love-
She likes hip hop.
Yeah. I like,
hip hop and ballet.
yeah, Skylar likes to
Also
dance.
hip-hop.
As we said earlier, Skylar loves to sing, which he's, really good at. I love a lot of different kinds of music. I like a little bit of pop music. I like, as you said, rock and roll. I like metal music. I like some. Yeah, I like I like a little like blues music, like
I love
Jimi
blues.
Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay.
And I love like the way their guitars sound. Yeah, I love metal because the drums can be really like complicated.
So let me thank you very much for the interview. Okay. I would like to finish.
Thank you for having us.
I would like to finish this asking you, Jacob and Skylar, a message that you have for all our audience that is here. What's your message for them? There are parents of autistic kids, there are teachers, we have doctors, so it's
we have individuals with autism,
Yes.
children, adolescents, young adults. So can you send them a message from you guys, from your family?
So me and Skylar want to inspire all the people watching that just because you have a disability or a diagnosis doesn't mean you aren't capable of great things. It actually just means that you're unique, you're different, and you're cool.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And hello to Brazil as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hello, Brazil.
Oh,
There
I
you
got
go.
this.
There you go. Yay.
And I got
Tyler got this in
This is
Brazil.
my super neat.
Oh, look at that. That's so cute.
And just to finish, Willie and Tina, would you like you to say a message for all those parents that are here about music and every kind of art?
Well, everyone is uniquely different in their own way, right? We're all human beings and we all have our own uniqueness. And so we'd like to just tell everyone that, for those that have diagnoses and any disabilities, that doesn't mean that you're not capable, as the children had alluded to earlier, of accomplishing great things. Everyone has a different kind of normal, per se. And so we hope to inspire families and to perhaps maybe instead of as we decided to not just focus solely on the diagnosis, but then only to realize that our children had some gifts that we should help focus on to help them to achieve accomplishments and so forth and so on. They should as well, because as parents, we know, that having children with diagnosis is in essence something that no one wants to hear. But if you take a step back and realize that they're just so beautiful in so many ways, our children, and they all have uniquenesses and just focus on more of their abilities as opposed to perhaps what they're not able to do. And it could help, in many ways.
Yeah. And, another thing I would like to point out is just because you have a diagnosis, it's kind of just a label. It's something that, about you that is different than everyone else. But when you really think about it, everyone is different from everyone else in some way or another. So that's kind of something important to realize, just because you're different. For me, like when you said normal earlier, I don't really like to be normal. I like to be different. Different just makes me unique.
Right, a different kind of normal.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Obrigada.